Blessings and hello everyone. Welcome to March 2025. For those of you that are new here, my name is Keleena. Welcome to my channel. We're going to go through some of the energy that is happening on the planet that is affecting you in so many different ways, physically, mentally, emotionally. It's going to be shifting your awareness with your consciousness, your realities, your timelines, dimensions, people in your life. Many things are changing this month. And guess what? You aren't going to be able to stop it. So for those of you that have received my newsletter, I've written a lot about this. I channeled that piece. I will read a little bit. We're also going to do some activations, and I'm going to actually do some right now to begin with so that we can open up and receive and take ourselves in that space and place in the reality of sacred heart love and peace, because this is where we're going to want to be through this month. And I'm going to say April as well and possibly into May for some of you. Okay, so everybody just go ahead and I want you to align and drop into your divine sacred heart. Just say out loud, I now align and drop into my divine sacred heart. For those of you that feel energy, you will have felt yourself come into alignment and dropping here, and your heart, your sacred heart expanding along with the Anahata heart. Allow yourself to be in that space and place to receive. So go ahead and place your hands, palms facing up on your lap. Matur nyamana ana ana aki. For those that don't know what I do with the language of light, I am a light language DNA key code master activator. I channel all of them to activate you through the DNA at the cellular level to shift you into your awakening, a deeper awakening, healing, awakening your modalities. And one of the things that I do is I'm a very high frequency walk-in. So I'll be running my frequency through you to help to shift your frequency as well. I am a frequency adjuster. Ka'o ana amanya ana aki. Remember that you are the key. Release. Expand. Allow. Surrender. So if it's your first time here and you don't know what the language of light is, it is the language of source. Everybody has the ability to speak it. It comes online when you're ready and when you hold yourself in a high frequency. I have activated thousands and thousands. Some of them are on YouTube with their own channels now to speak their language of light. It's not just speaking it, it could be tones. It's frequency. I work with the music of the spheres as well, with the singing. For me, it's my Hathorian voice. That brings it through. Also the angelics. I speak with the elven language and the fairies. There's so much that you can have come through you, because what you're going to remember is that you are part of all of these different realms and dimensions. And you've shifted through different timelines to be this. It's in your DNA. It's in your cell memories. on through this time period that's happening now, some of you are going to be starting to remember. And some of you are going to be going through the clearing and the healing of karma with those lifetimes as you're jumping through these timelines, as you're going in through these other realms and dimensions this month. And it's beautiful because it's going to bring healing to you at so many different levels. It could be mental, it could be emotional, and it can be physical. So allow yourself to feel it, to embrace it, and to shift you into a frequency that's new for you. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read a little bit of the newsletter. And I'm telling you, if you don't get the newsletter, you've got to get it, because what's in there, I don't usually talk about in the videos. And it only comes once or twice a month, depending on if I'm doing some aura of healing sessions or whatever, or opening. But otherwise, I will never spam you. So in the letter, I channeled a deep, intense cleanse is taking place, connected with karmic endings, Kali Yuga finalities, timelines dissolving, body changes, dark night of the soul, embodiments, downloads, awakenings, plus divine expressions for endings and new beginnings. These are some of what March will bring with eclipses, cosmic lineups, and the equinox. Shake-ups, wake-ups, and breakups will occur in everything. It may feel intense for some, especially for those that turn their back on change. Creating the split in consciousness of humanity to deepen, and Mother Gaia will continue her cleanse with earthly shake-ups in all directions as well. So remember that as you're going through your process and you're healing yourself, also the reflection of you is on the outside. So as you're going through the, maybe you feel like a volcano and you're going to disrupt, what's happening outside of you? In all the different countries across the world, they're all going through something, some kind of change. And as it's going through change, it may create a level of discomfort in you because you don't like what's happening. But when we align with our truth and we align with the blueprint of all that is you, knowing that what's going on outside of you is your creation. You've asked for these changes on the earth, and now they're happening. The things that you cannot control, allow yourself to be in your heart and in peace, and that space and place of love, to allow the flow to manifest the change for the new reality, an energetic vibration and frequency that we are now bringing to earth through us, because you are pillars of light. So the wake-ups will not only be new souls awakening, it will be you having to learn something about yourself, the people you surround yourself with, your health, your finances, your home environment, family, and so on. It is a deep look to know thyself, love thyself, and be true. You cannot run from what the universe brings in this transformational time. It is a huge month of transcending old beliefs, patterns, all of these things I've talked about for years. But this is going to be a really deep cleanse, really, really deep. You're going to have days when you're going to be up, and you're going to have days when you're going to be way down. And all that is that's the healing that has to take place. Because some days you're going to be, let's say, in other, they're saying territory, but dimensions, other realms, on other timelines where you're healing things. And then all of a sudden, woof, you're going to move here, and then you're going to go up, and then you're going to go down. It's almost like all of the lifetimes you have lived are coming together in oneness to be healed. It's that deep cleanse that I channeled. This was channeled on the 6th or 7th of February for March. So this is happening now. It's really powerful. So allow yourself to immerse yourself in this change. Don't run from it. because it's going to be really important for your soul, your family lineage, and for Gaia. The collective consciousness you are part of. And if we want to change it, you start with yourself. So in here I talk about the 3 years ago when I had visions of volcanoes under the ocean. And then they would be what do you call that? Starting to I'm not going to say disrupt, starting to create new land. So I saw these 3 years ago, and now it has come to my attention from a few viewers, thank you, that, I think Santorini, and there was another place. There's another place where the volcanic activity is happening under the ocean. This is part of the adjustment that Gaia goes through for herself, and she does this in this cycle every 26,000 years. And actually I'm going to say sometimes less than that, because that's what the guides are giving me right now. So allow yourself to enjoy the change that's happening within you and on her. Because remember, she's a living, breathing consciousness just like you are. This is her body. And if she needs to change something because the levels of light coming in are bringing forth this change, then she is going to do it. All right. And speaking of that, this month is bringing level of light. Just like last year in April, in 2024, I saw all that light coming in. Again, this month of March now is bringing this massive amount of light again. I talked about this in December, January, February, that it's coming. I might even been earlier, that I'm seeing this light coming again. And I keep seeing it's towards the end of the month. I don't get a pinpointed date. But this level of light that's coming in, this influx of light, it may make you feel uncomfortable with yourself. It's bringing in a level of light that can bring discomfort, and it can create pain in the physical, and can create within the mental a juggling of thoughts and not getting out of your head. It can create in the emotions, waves of emotions. And you may display the patterns of the emotions that you have in the past, but now it's time for you to align in that heart and drop in there and be in love and peace during this time. Because this transition is really necessary for where we are going on this planet. You all as a whole are love, and you are light. And everything that is less than that needs to come to a completion to allow this change, this transformation. And it's going to be beautiful. I'm not saying there's not going to be some ups and downs and obstacles and things in the way, but remember that if you're aligned, the ego's not making choices in the wrong direction. I just did a webinar last Sunday on information that I have in my memory codes, in my DNA, in my cell memories, and also from the masters that I work with that bring you beyond free choice. It is a very powerful webinar. I take you through the steps and you actually do it. It activates the change in you. I had my brother of light, John Burgos, as a guest on there because I did this with him. And he felt the change and shift, and it brought some realization and awareness to him that he hadn't had before. So he talks about his experience in there, but I actually take you through the steps and do it. It's on my website. I'll try and put the link below if I remember, but it's very powerful. So the cosmic self was part of that webinar as well, okay? The cosmos brings great change to the month for all souls that refuse to look deep within, releasing all that does not serve. For many, your lives will change immensely. You will gain clarity as the shadow surfaces, guilt, shame, neglect, unworthiness, hate, violence, anger, rage, not good enough programs, and more to reveal how you treated yourself and others. Have you considered deeply loving and forgiving yourself? March is going to feel like a corkscrew double loop roller coaster this month. Because emotions are going to be high, thoughts are going to linger, the body may feel pain, but know that that healing light that's coming in that may create that feeling of uneasiness in you, it's all good. You need to go through that. I went through this last year so that I can teach about it. In order for us to shift, we have to allow and surrender to the change that's happening at the cell level. There is a great importance to this, as you're going to be holding higher frequency. And in order to hold that higher frequency, you have to release the density that is within you. The density in thoughts, the density in patterns and behaviors and programs, expectations, conditions, the density of the physical. I have photos of myself as only light, and that's what you are becoming. I'm putting all these photos in my book I am working on. Because my job here as a walk-in is to show you who you are becoming. It's amazing and it's magical. And everyone has the ability to do it. And it's not something that you intend, oh, I'm going to look all light today. I don't do that. It's about my frequency. That's why I can conduct the magic that I do. That's why I can work with Gaia's elements and help with the weather and things. It's about frequency. My job is to take you there. I cannot wait for all of humanity to be able to do this. What a different world we'll be living in as long as you stay in your light, in love, in your heart. Okay? So the cosmos is aligning great changes in all areas, and you are not in control of the changes aligned for you, and the universe is going to show you this. So if you are making choices from the ego, the universe is going to say, buckle down because we're going to make some change. Out of here. So there's a lot more stuff in this newsletter. Please just sign up for it. I don't spam you with anything. It's just information. It's activating word codes to open you up at the cell level to receive more information, so I don't have to sit here and read it to you, because I'm going to bring some different stuff through now. There's also a message in here from the Perpetual Heart Collective, which is the collective of myself, and giving you information. And one thing they say is, which is really beautiful, abundant are those that hold fast to their truth and their alignment with spirit, for thou shalt inherit the earth and all that she offers in organic nature. Feel those words. So there's a lot more to this newsletter. I'm not going to read it all. Okay. So I keep getting numbers. I am a number person. I get the ones all the time. And so it is endings for new beginnings this month. It is a deep cleanse. You have to let go of the old to allow the new. This is how it works on this planet. If you want to make space for the new, for newness in your life, for new things, places, people, events, whatever, you've got to let go of the old. You've got to let go of the past. You've got to clear your karma. I know there's a lot of people out there going, we don't have karma anymore. If you didn't have karma at these deep, different levels, this stuff wouldn't be happening. Okay? It's true that you won't have to come back with karma if you face it now. That's for sure. But everybody's got something, and nobody, not one person, the masters have shown me, everyone has to work out theirs. There's no one here that gets to escape it. And if they're saying that they don't have to, they're living in their ego. Thank you. The guides just said that. All right. So the split, what we call the split, is going to intensify because there is going to be more souls that are going to be afraid of the levels of discomfort that they're feeling, and they're not going to know what to do, and they're going to want to hold on to the comfort of what they know that is actually part of the control system. And then we have the people that are going after freedom. Those that know, if I stay right here, if I do the things that are aligned for myself, if I flow through in my healing, in easefulness and grace, if I go through and I see the outcome of these things that are beautiful, this is what I want. So there's many different earths, but you may see within your own family, some people going this way and others going this way. And there is no judgment towards it because everybody's going to be exactly where they need to be for what they came here to do. Okay? So the message I keep getting is stay focused and aligned, because there's going to be a lot of winding turns and detours, and you're going to run into obstacles if, again, you are in the ego. This is why it's so important to do that free choice, Beyond Free Choice webinar. I take you beyond that so you don't have to have these obstacles that are going to get in the way. Because if you're fighting, choices, you come into a fork in the road and you don't know which way you go because you're not aligning properly, and your ego's going, I don't have to do that. And you're like going, I don't have to do that. Guess what? You're going to create an outcome for you that may be more painful than what you would like. All right? There's a lot of people making choices from the ego that have to do with money, that have to do with education, that have to do with being better than others, that have to do with relationship envy. I don't know what that's about. People diving into relationships for the wrong reason. That's such an old program and template. People go into it sometimes for money. Oh, this person, they're doing that. Oh, that, it's so ugly and just like, no, that's the old program of my daughter's the daughter of a king and my son's the son of a king and we're going to marry them to keep the hierarchy going and the riches and no, that's a template. We're not here for that. We're here for love. Okay? It's so interesting. They said relationship envy, and I'm asking them for an example, and they're showing somebody seeing someone else in a relationship that absolutely loves each other. And so this person is going to create a relationship with someone and pretend that the love is there. And they have more something than this couple does. And it's actually kind of mentally just off. But there are people out there that do it. And it's not where we're going. We're here to change that, okay? The old is dissolving, and it needs to, it may feel in an uncaring way, but you've got to stay focused and aligned. Follow your voice of creativity, create from creation itself. That came through, I channeled that on that webinar. There's going to be more awakenings this month with these levels of light, but also there's going to be, the guides show me like lightning bolts and right to the third eye. So that's more awakenings. Again, karmic endings, wake-ups, shake-ups, and breakups. And that's coming with the frequency changes. So again, if you're doing something, let's actually say you're in a relationship, not a relationship, but like at work, you're in a relationship with your job. Okay, and this light comes in, and all of a sudden the relationship with your job is like, oh, I don't like what I do. Why am I doing this? Boom. Something's going to happen, and you're going to be breaking up with your career. It's also going to be about the true value of life for you. What do you value the most in your life? This is coming in. Remember, Venus is in retrograde. I said last month, in last month's video, never start a relationship in Venus retrograde, because it's like putting on the rose-colored glasses. Everything's beautiful and it's just so much love. And then partway through, you start seeing the real person and you're like, oh, what did I do? But for whatever reason, it's going to happen so that you can actually remember that When somebody brings something to you that you're missing within yourself, okay, you feel that all giddiness and stuff. But in actuality, the truth is you need to be whole and complete to be able to be in a balanced relationship. And that's just plain truth. Okay? There's going to be a push out of materialism and into what is most important. These are my notes from my meditation this morning. Remain in your compassionate strength. Stay centered in peace while the world is shifting and others struggle with their awakening. So hold that space for others. And again, in compassion, have your hand out to help those that don't understand what's going on. Okay? The balance of the divine mind with the divine sacred heart. This is big. This is continuing the balance within the self. The balance within you has got to occur because we've been so off balance for thousands of years because you've been swayed by templates that you've been playing in these programs. And you're done with that. So my 2025 video for all of 2025, it's under lives in YouTube. Go watch that. I talk about how that's going to happen. And there's even sacred geometry in there for it. Emotional balance, act, do not react. So stay in emotional balance this month. Okay, take action for things, but don't react in anger. Don't react in fear because you can do something really stupid and you might want to kick yourself in the butt later. All right. So as emotions rise, fill them with love. As love brings the point of neutrality, allowing change for freedom from the program. Those are my notes from my meditation. Mo'ut miana anaka santira naraira. Okay. Poku'ute isi. So it's going to be a month of just, like I said, double loop, corkscrew roller coaster. For those that are not holding themselves in the space and place of the heart, if you're not balancing yourself and you're not staying in peace and calm, make sure to meditate this month. Get in nature if you can. Be in that space and place where love resides within you and expand it outside of you. Be in joy, be in bliss. Do the things you love. And I'm hearing, don't fall into argument or argumentative states. It's not worth it. Because again, you're going to see what you value the most. And if something or someone brings you an argumentative state all the time, you're actually not valuing yourself. Because self-love would not allow this. And courage and strength within from spirit alignment would say, no, this isn't for me. Te quiero stu muriana mananya, ne chat no suya na kia a santurishte mana ora. Hey. Nama quanta mirascania fu, hey ahoy, Mada ana nanastana no pudnera enamira kudneiras nasta. Tiki otsut anirast an miros kudn ara ich nasse. You might start feeling hot with that. Ooh! It was what I'm seeing is it's like dismantling fragmented parts of the self. I was like, what is that they're bringing through in my voice? Oof, I'm super hot with that. So you're going to receive healing with that. It's assisting you to bring up the pieces you haven't healed. In like, what they're showing me is like a scattered sense of self. You've been very scattered with things. So it's going to bring forth those things that need to be revealed to be healed. Oh, wow. Shh. Ushta am anyara an arachki. Kasat anyara ushta. Oi. Hai! Monanyara kananyara stamyara te. Kata anane mese hawa. Ooh. Really sealed. There will be heart awakenings as well as third eye. Po umanuna anemiana ano unto tashta no dokota estine sikira haya mamoa madwanastia mu Farene Marihina Naya. I am. Take a breath. Receive those activations. Allow them to integrate at the cellular level. They go through the DNA at the cellular level. Kapu ana mania'a amor. In Goddess grace, I am. I'm wishing you an easeful month of March. Please remember, there's a lot more on my newsletter. Go sign up for that and read that. It's at KeleenaMalnar.com. The information is in my bio. I wish you all a space of love and peace in your heart. And remember that you are the creator of your reality. The only one that's going to take you there is you. Mayanama. Many blessings. You may listen to the language of light in all of my videos anytime. They are not connected to linear time, and they will transform you in different ways every single time you listen to them. All right. I love you all. Many blessings. You can do this because the outcome that I see is beautiful.